Today we are going to swap out our leaky dim factory headlights with these bright new shiny LED lights. Stay tuned.
So we bought this kit off of Amazon. We'll link it in the description. Has pretty good reviews. So you get 2 lights, well 4 lights. You get both per side. You get these little jumper harnesses, and the reason why is because these aren't just, you can't just plug them in. They won't light up because the wiring on the truck is different compared to these. Really, this is all the tools you're going to need for this. And I'm holding this pick because I'm not going to use these harnesses. I'm just going to repin the factory ones. And it's very simple to do. Now, so here you have your plug, and your Kenworth plug or Peterbilt plug is going to be the exact same, but these wires are going to be different. So your high beam, your low beam, and your ground, I imagine that the ground on here is black, and I think you do get a direction thing with it. It tells you what's ground, what's high beam, what's low beam. On the trucks, usually the ground is white, so you can eliminate that one, and then you just have to play with these two, or possibly all 3, but that's what we're going to figure out. See, these won't come out right now, but you see these little tangs here? This is where the pick comes in, this little tang. So all you're going to do is you're going to take your pick, and you're going to stick it in there, and you're going to push on it like towards inside, and then just, you might have to do it a couple times, and then you're going to just push this out. Now you see the little tang right here. So when you go to put it back in, you're just going to go on the opposite side and push it out a little bit. So you see this little tang, it'll catch the little clip inside there. So that's all I'm going to do, is I'm just going to move these wires around to where I need them to be. And then when you go to put them back in, this is all you do, is you just and you hear the little click, and now they won't come out. So you saw what I mean by pushing this little tang down. You just pop them out. In theory, you can use these guys and these spade connectors and just put them wherever you need be, but I think there's just too much wire clutter and more things to fail, so I'm going to eliminate this and just have less wire back there, because there's not that much room to begin with. So really all you need is Phillips head, both Kenworths and Peterbilts. Unless you have a 389, then you're screwed, because you can't use these, but you don't need to because 389's got pretty good headlights. You got 6 screws holding the bezel. I already taken 3 out because I couldn't wait. Take your bezel off and set it somewhere where you won't step on it. If you have an old truck, be careful with these. And these are the rings that hold your headlights in, but be careful with these, because these guys, if it's a truck from the Midwest or the East Coast somewhere, they like to snap off on you, and then you're going to have all sorts of fun. So, we're going to take this whole thing out. And here's your plug. What you can do is take a multimeter. Oh, this doesn't have white, so pretty sure that I want to say that these red ones are high beams. These are low beams. I want to say the black is your ground, but you can take a multimeter and check it out. Oh, they actually fit right on. They fit pretty good. Look at that. So your yellow is your low beam, your red is your high beam, and ground is your black. So turn your headlights on, and I'm gonna do this the quick and easy way and see. I'm gonna take this jumper wire and see what's what in this harness. So this is ground. This is low beam, high beam, so that's nothing. Still nothing. Oh, there we go.
We have light.
So your ground, I guess, is the red on the truck. So I don't know if that's a high beam or a low beam on this. That's the side ones and the top ones that's lit up.
I think high beam would maybe be all on, or would it be? I don't know. Switch it around. See if one you go the other way. Are they all on
That's
now?
all on, I think.
Yeah, so that's your high beam then.
So I don't have the high beams on right now. So this would be low beam. Let's see if that will stay. I'm gonna go turn the high beams on and you're gonna tell me if they work.
All right. So the low beam went out completely. Like, come see. Like, the whole headlight went out completely. So,
Is it back?
yeah.
All right, let's flip it around.
It's out again.
I'm pretty sure that's high beam right now. That's
Yeah,
all of it.
that's all of them. Oh, now it's all lit up for high beam.
That's what
So it's working now. What'd you do?
I moved the wires around.
Oh. Well, then I'd say you solved it.
So that's all lit up.
Yeah.
And now when I turn it off,
It's still back to the low beam. So you figured it out. Cool.
all right, cool. So
Ooh, that's bright. I'm blind.
it's pretty good though. We'll see. And they get pretty warm though, unless it's just the California heat.
I don't know.
All right, so the way we have it is red is, so we're gonna put the red on the bottom. The black goes over here, and the white goes over here. So basically,
Are you sure you just don't want to have all that? That seems like the easy way out.
I don't. It's not gonna fit in there very well. There's not much room,
There is not.
so you don't want all that.
Okay. I totally don't remember which where it goes what, so hopefully you do.
Well, just look at the wires. This goes here. This goes here. Well, we could just leave it plugged in too and then switch it around according to that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and if you have a multimeter, you're better off. I have a multimeter. I'm just trying to show you how to do it the easy way. But I'm also being lazy.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
So we're gonna unpin all these. Oh, it came out super easy. Take your tangs, push them out just a little. Don't push too hard. You see how they're flat now? You just want to go a little bit out. You don't want to break these off because then you'll be screwed and these spade connectors won't stay in their little holes. So that's good enough. The red goes on the bottom. And it's because I have
Isn't
the red
that the
on
yellow
bottom.
you're putting in the bottom?
I'm sorry. Yep, I am. Thanks for catching that. Maybe it would help if I was doing it the right way. Putting them in backwards. Now they'll pop in. So black will go to this right here. And then yellow will go over here. And that, in theory, should work. Ta-da!
Let's see if it works with the I-beams.
So they have more room. Oh wait, I have to just bring them upside down. Let me put a screw in it so it doesn't fall out.
All right, let's do a test. Haha, it works.
Cool. So I'm going to snap a pic for reference for my other light. See how the color-coded wires are? Or yellows to the... Basically, if you have a W900, it's going to be the same. Peterbilt, I'm not sure, but your yellow's going to go to your left, ground's going to go to your right, and red's going to go to your bottom. But I can't remember all that, so I'm going to take a picture so I don't mess up the next one. Now, your high beam is different. There's only 2 wires, so we're going to do that one next. So you don't want to over tighten these, just leave it like so. This is your adjustment. This is your top to bottom. Unscrewing it pushes it down, tightening it in raises the light up. This is side to side. I usually have mine tilted in, but looking at it, this should be pretty spot on. Now you see how I left a little bit of room up here? I tightened down the bottom and I left a little gap up top with the screws because the back of these lights are a bit bigger, so it doesn't fit very well. But I always have this problem with this light. I don't have much adjustment left on this, so I can't tilt them down enough. So the reason why I did this is so this light points down a little bit, and then as I need to adjust this when it gets dark is when I'll adjust it. You want to park in front of a wall or garage and then be about, I don't know, 50 feet away from it, and then you kind of want to see how you're aiming them. That's how you want to aim them. You're going to have to aim them no matter what. Like when you install headlights each time, even if you just replace it, you're always going to have to aim it a little bit. So let's do the high beam now. And like I said, the high beam is different. So you only have 2 wires on the high beam one. Not only is it, these lights are supposedly going to work better, they're going to upgrade the look of the truck tremendously. So as you see, you only have 2 wires on the high beams. And believe it or not, this right here, the condensation, that's actually a DOT violation. You can get written up for that. I put the high beams on.
I see that.
I think that, let's try red to red. Nope. So that's on.
Is that high or low?
That's high. So let me go turn them off.
There you go.
Is that it?
Yep. Nailed it.
I hope so, because sometimes they get a ground for another wire. And this being, so this is okay, this is ground anyway because it's black, so that's ground. And this is red to red. So we have to move these wires, just these 2 wires over. So as you see, we just flip red to the left and black to the right, and that's all we have to do. Because this bottom wire, it's a low beam wire, it's not used. So we're gonna do that. Be patient with these, sometimes they're a pain. Like this one's being. There we go. When you pop them back, when you pop your tangs in, your prongs, I mean, or tangs, whatever, push back on them to make sure that they stay in, because you want to push those little tangs out enough so they don't try to go back in on you.
Moment of truth.
Well, I already know they were. Let me take a picture for reference for the high beam. I have a horrible memory. Horrible memory.
As do I. I can't remember how old I am.
Freaking old. What? No, pretty young. Ta-da!
Woohoo!
And see, there's not that much room. That's why I don't want to use these jumper wires. I mean, in theory, they probably fit okay, but just the less crap you got to deal with, the better. Careful putting your screws back in. This one's gonna fall out. These I'm gonna leave aimed up a little bit more since they're high beams. Ta-da! That should be pretty good. Well, we'll mess with that adjustment later. Let me turn the high beams off, make sure they're still good.
Yep.
Let me turn the headlights off and make sure we're still good.
All good.
All right. One thing I've noticed about these bezels, when you're putting the trim bezels back around, don't tighten them. Don't tighten the first bolt as you put it in. Leave them loose like that. And get all your bolts started, and then get them all in. Because I noticed that if you just get one in all the way, they like to bind up, and then your bolt holes are off, and it sucks. And you don't need to over tighten these, because like I said, they're just plastic. Just get them snug. That little guy right there will keep you out of trouble with them diesel bears. So looks pretty good. I like it. One tip, don't throw away your old headlights. Sorry I'm squinting, but the sun's in my eyes. Don't throw away your old headlights or your high beam lights. Put them in your side box in case you ever lose a headlight, then you got a spare and you can just pop one in, that way you're legal.
Alright guys, moment of truth. The big reveal. Let's see how these light up. All right, I'm ready.
So here's the low beam, and I'll turn our high beams on. It's not getting a full effect because it's kind of, there's a ditch over there, but you just, I mean, you obviously know how crappy the stock halogen headlights are. You don't have to have a video for that. They suck.
Actually, I do have a video for that.
Do you?
I do.
There you go. Ready? Let there be light.
Ooh, that's so much brighter. Wow. Is that the low beam?
That's the low beams.
Wow, that's brighter than our high beam used to be.
Yeah, here's the high beams.
Holy cow. Oh man.
Pretty good for DOT legal lights.
Wow.
Well, I think they're still going to need aimed a little, but I'm going to have to park it over there and mess with that tomorrow night. Oh man, that's freaking bright. That's the high beam. That's the high beam. I'm going to put the back into the low beam. It's really weird because when you look at them on the low beam, especially when there was light out when we were doing these, it didn't look like they were much. But I mean, they obviously,
yeah, obviously.
They obviously emit a crap ton of light.
Oh wow, it doesn't even blind me. Like standing here?
But they put out so much light energy, it's ridiculous.
Let's see what it looks like from up in the cab. Wow.
I think it's pretty good. Really bright.
I'm surprised at how bright it is considering like when you're staying in front of it, it's not like blinding the bejesus out of you.
At all. I think they're pretty good lights.
That's crazy.
How much do these cost again?
100 something.
That's pretty damn good because considering
160 maybe?
we almost paid $244 per headlight at Peterbilt.
I know.
And they're probably the same thing. The only thing is these aren't heated and your newer LEDs are heated, but I don't care because most of the OEM lights and trucks aren't heated either. So I'll go out there and scrape the suckers when I need to. Flip the high beams from the cab. It's like you have a freaking light there. It's like it lights up the whole world.
Wow. Well, I'm excited when we go out this week because I don't know if you'll see it at night. That's going to be cool.
Yeah, the stock headlights suck.
Wow.
I think they can get aimed down a little bit still, but like I said, we'll mess with that tomorrow.
Yeah, I think so, probably a little bit.
I flipped them off so you don't piss the neighbors off.
Pretty cool, guys. What do you think? Let us know in the comments down below.
And if you haven't already, please subscribe. We have a lot of cool trucking content coming up.
Till next time.
See ya.
You're supposed to say that you're gonna go ahead and do the other side now.
I'm supposed to say that I'm gonna go ahead and do the other side now. And if you haven't already, subscribe to everything I go against. Alright, there we go.
Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up.